Hi everybody, Caitlin here with Kate's Collectibles, and today's review is about the newest Petit Chara set, the Dark Kingdom set. So previously, one of my, I think, more watched reviews actually was my review of the original Princess Serenity Petit Chara figure. Apparently I'm having some tongue twisters in saying that today. So this set actually includes a new, I guess, version of Princess Serenity in it, as well as Endymion, who I was super excited to see, and the villains from the Dark Kingdom season. So, it's only taken them forever to go back and do these villains, even though we got a bunch of Super S villains before this for some reason. I think they're figuring out that people want to see these villain sets with the Petit Chara line, so I'm hoping we're going to continue to see more of these. I mean, we saw the villains from R, and then we saw some of the villains from Super S, and now we're going back to the first season. So as you can see, they've followed sort of this new style with the sets where everybody is in a box with a clear display window. We've got clear on the side. I think this is supposed to obviously look a little bit like the Moon Kingdom, so it's the tower there. On the back, we've got an image of all the characters, all the usual information. We've got the official sticker right here, 25th anniversary logo, another little tower side, and the base. How cute, the Moon Kingdom. And on top, the Petit Chara logo over the moon with the pretty guardian Sailor Moon, and then, really highlighting that it's the 25th anniversary. So we're going to open these guys up. I've already sliced the tape. Oh, I thought I sliced the tape on the one side of the package, but I am mistaken. There's extra tape. They are super diligent with making sure that these items are stuck in their box securely. There we go. So we've got the cardboard inside that gives way to the plastic. So we'll just set that off. Isn't that cute? You can see the Moon Kingdom in the background. You can't really see it when the plastic's in there and the characters are in there because they're wrapped in plastic that I'll probably dispose of. So here's that. You've got the little seal bits that are kind of holding this plastic together, and you've got all of their bases here. I'm guessing pink is for Serenity and that one's for Endymion, just a guess. Oh, there's more tape on here. See, look at all this tape. Completely unnecessary. Honestly, the odds that someone is actually going to get that far to where they've got the box stolen, open in the store, and they're trying to get into this packaging, pretty unlikely, it seems to me. Okay, so let's start with Serenity. So here is the Serenity figure. She's very cute. Very pearlescent dress. I'll have to probably do a review at some point on the different figures. There is an alternate version of the Princess Serenity figure. She's sort of in a more pinkish dress. Her hair's a bit more silver. I do not have that Petit Chara, so that's kind of the only Serenity I'm missing, I guess. So the back, I like that her hair fades. And the bows, those are really pretty. You can even see, it's hard to see, but there's a little bit of the gold circles through the back. So nice attention to detail on this figure. Her paint job looks really nice. Sometimes that's been an issue. She's got her naked little feet because I guess she doesn't wear shoes on the moon. And, oh yeah, they are making a big deal out of the 25th anniversary because as you can see on this base, see if I can get focused in there, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, 25th anniversary, Princess Serenity. And we've got some gold that reflects. It's kind of neat that they're making such a big deal out of the 25th anniversary and putting that on items. I don't know if that's going to happen on the 30th as well. I'll be around in 5 years to tell you. Unless I'm not. Ominous. Getting her into this figure is really tough. She does not want her head to go in there. Oh my goodness, look how tight that is. Okay, oh, need a little more pressure to wiggle this in. Okay, there we go. Now, I had heard some reports from people of some issues with their bases for this set. Some of the bases were, I believe it was like it was broken, or it's not even like it was broken. It was just like not formed properly, maybe is the best way to describe it. There we go. Just trying to get her so she's not like floating above the base, but tough to do. Here she is on her little base. Looking super cute. All made in China. Set her over here. Okay, now let's do Endymion. So here we have Endymion. Cute little boots, his little sword, kind of a nice little smile. They almost should have done evil Endymion, hey? Like they could have made him like an alternate version with like an angry face and like the rose or something like that. That'd be cute. I wonder if we'll ever see I always end up calling it the Doomtree arc because of the original dub. Like we'll see an Alan and an Anne and a Moonlight Knight or something. I feel like they'll be stretching at that point, but so he looks pretty good. His paint's nice. He feels really soft. And his base, yep, Endymion. So same general look. His base is white. The bases now are much easier to identify which side is up. If you'll remember, oh, that one went in really easy. See, that went in no problem in him. If you'll remember from like my original video, like there was a lot of confusion about which direction was up for these bases. People had them the wrong way around because it seemed like the big side should be down, which I was like, you know, you could do, but these ones are pretty clear in terms of how they're supposed to be set. Okay, let's see. Do all of these have a name on them? Oh, they actually do. Well, that's kind of nice. Let's go on to Jadeite. So all the Dark Kingdom villains have this same sort of a dark greenish blue color for their base. And they have their names on them. Let's pull out the Jadeite figure. He is right here. So there we go. He's got the perfect expression for Jadeite. Sort of grumpy, pissed off. The red color, the brown boots, his little tiny earring. He goes in really easy as well. So there he is on his base. I hope my color's not doing a weird thing because my camera's acting a little funny. So this is the base for Nephrite. Since all these bases are the same, you don't need a ton of time, I'm sure, seeing them. There's Nephrite. Now I just need a Naru, and I'll be able to recreate their parfait saying an ugly cry while I do it. I think part of the reason I liked Nephrite as one of the villains was because after Jadeite, like Jadeite was just very much your villain of the day, right? He was bad. He didn't have a lot of character development. He just worked for Queen Beryl and that was it, right? And then the longer things went on, the more we got to see of these guys and their sort of, I guess, relationships, not just with Queen Beryl or as a member of the Dark Kingdom, but with each other. And Nephrite was kind of our first glimpse into that with his whole deal there with his competitiveness with Zoisite that came out and his eventual end. You kind of got a feel for the cutthroat nature of what it was to be one of these guys. Now Zoisite, I I don't know if I've talked about it in past videos, so if I have, forgive me. I'm sure most of you already know this if you're big fans, but Zoisite's kind of an interesting character because in the dub, they made Zoisite a woman, but in the manga and the anime, Zoisite's a man. And then, of course, in the manga, there was no real relationship between Zoisite and Kunzite, or Malachite in the English version, whereas they created one for the anime. So they were a romantic couple, which by making Zoisite a woman, they kind of just didn't have to address in the English dub. Very feminine, flat-chested though, which I certainly never really noticed when I was young watching it. I heard a woman's voice and long hair and went, oh, okay, a woman, you know. And I'm sure had I heard a man's voice and saw long hair, I would have went, oh, okay, a man. Like, they don't. It's a different time now, but they certainly don't give kids enough credit. I like this figure. Could have had maybe a slightly more sassy expression, but pretty nice. Now onto Kunzite. So as I mentioned, in the dub, his voice or his name was changed to Malachite from Kunzite. I don't know why. Maybe they just thought it was a better stone related name, since they all have sort of gemstone related names, right? Jadeite, Nephrite, Zoisite, Beryl. You know, so they went for Malachite, I guess. They've got his nice cape, his sort of frosty looking hair. See his little earring. He's got a pretty good expression too. Actually, I do kind of like that while they look evil and grumpy, they don't look 100% evil. Like, you could almost, if you were actually the kind of person who plays with these, or if I was younger, I could almost act out a part of the past when they were still good, when they were still serving Prince Endymion. Oh, he's a tough one to get to stand with his head firmly in this thing. I'm not loving, I'll show you what I mean. So, okay, typically, right, when you wiggle these in and then you adjust them, they stand up pretty nice and straight. There we go. I finally got it because I did it on camera. It looks pretty good. Okay, and Queen Beryl. I'm a little disappointed they didn't give her a different stand, like maybe a red base or something unique. Because, you know, she's not one of the four generals, right? She's Beryl. She is her own entity. Ooh, okay, I love her. Look at her staff. That like crystal ball thing is actually kind of clear. She's got a little bit of shininess. Same with, like, look at those earrings. That's great. She looks awesome. Her hair, the base, like, that's awesome. She gets in her stand really easy. She's pretty easy to align. Uh-oh, cracking, never good. There we go. So she's on her base here. So there we have it. These are the Dark Kingdom Petit Chara. I really like them. I think they did a really great job on the paint on this set. We've had some issues with that kind of quality control in the past, so it's pretty nice to actually see that they've improved on that. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit on these guys and give you a bit of a rundown. Hopefully what I'm seeing is my camera flashing a little bit in terms of light and dark, and it just does that sometimes, so I apologize if it's doing that in the actual video. There you go. Really cute little set. If you're a fan of the Petites, I'm sure you'll want this set, even just for completion. And if the first season is your favorite season, I mean, kind of a no-brainer, right? You're going to want to collect items from that first season, and this is a great choice because you also get the Princess Serenity figure. I was wondering if they were going to do another one, simply because they did the one that was very limited in terms of actually being able to get it, and then they did the recolor one, which I didn't bother to try for because I already had the one. It was like getting a second of the same thing, just in a different color, and I know lots of people go for that sort of thing, but I was like, you know, if I find her for a good price one day, maybe. So with this set, you get yet another Princess Serenity. So if you don't have one already, this is a great way to get that figure. And she comes with Endymion, which is fantastic because the two of them are so cute together. You've got Beryl, which is awesome to see, and all four of the generals. So you've got a really great little set for the first season of good and bad guys. So I really like the Petit Chara sets. I'm going to probably continue to get them with some exceptions. I didn't get the kimono set. I didn't get the Christmas set. There's just only so many I can get or that I want. But they're a great little collection item and they don't take up too much room and they've got that great display window. So if you have a favorite one of the Dark Kingdom villains, please let me know in the comments below and let me know what you're hoping to see for the next Petit Chara set. As always, if you want to be updated on when my videos come out, you can subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to leave that like on the video if you enjoyed my review and this little look at the petites. Thanks very much for watching.